How you doing, folks? Doing a little work on this thing today. It's a 92 Echo diesel. I don't know, it has a turbo on it for some reason, but whatever. Doing a couple things to it. One thing I wanted to show you, if you're buying a Jetta from this era, there's a bad design. Always get in the trunk and peel this cover back. It's pretty easy. You just kind of lay it back, and right there you can see rot on the shock tower, and I've seen this on a few of these. My wife had one a while ago, same year, and what it is, the fuel filler hose is so close to the shock tower, fender well, whatever you want to call it, it traps a bunch of junk in there, causes it to rot out. This one, I'll drop the tank and do it up nice. But my wife's, that was rotten beyond my abilities to repair it and be comfortable with it with my wife and kids driving around, you know. Anyways, one quick thing I wanted to show you. If you ever run out of fuel in Volkswagen diesel, at least one of these or earlier, such as a Rabbit, Golf, whatever. Oh, there goes my camera. Hang on, we'll get this. I don't have a good place to set you down either. Right, maybe that'll work. Alright, possibly. Okay, anyhow, we're going to be dealing with this. This is coming off, this is your return line, alright? That's your feed line. If you run out of fuel, your injection pump right here, that sucks all the fuel out of it, and you're not going to have an easy time starting it once you run out. Sometimes they will. Most of the time you got to go through and prime the pump. Some diesels, they have a little manual pump on them where you could just suck fuel right out of the tank with the pump and fill the injection pump. Like I think, well, I know our Mercedes that we had one of those, but this doesn't. Anyhow, 17 millimeter, 11/16. Tap, tap, tap. Get that off. Alright. You take this bolt out. It's a hollow bolt, so fuel can flow through it. And there's going to be little copper seals. You don't want to lose those, otherwise it will leak. Alright. And then I like to get this one off too because, crap. Because I like to knock my camera over. That's just sort of a big thing down there. Get that off. And there's one of them copper deals on that as well. Don't lose them. And then hopefully you got a nice little funnel. And if you're driving one of these regularly, have a little container full of diesel, heating oil, kerosene. You don't really want to run kerosene in these for a long time, but just to get you started, it'll be okay. Kerosene isn't quite the same as diesel. Alright, and then when you got her filled up to the brim, you should be good. That should get the engine running long enough to suck fuel from the tank once you have fuel in the tank. Then you put that on. I like to tighten this bottom one a little harder than I do the top fitting, but that's up to you. And you want to be careful because the body of this pump is aluminum. You don't want to go wrenching the snot out of it. Stick that back. And you might have to do this once or twice to actually get fuel pulling out of the tank, but most of the time I've ever had it happen, you just fill that pump up once and it'll suck fuel. It'll pull the fuel up out of the tank. But if there's not fuel in that pump, you're going to be cranking and cranking and cranking and cranking and cranking. You'll either run your battery down or you'll need to jump start, and of course you'll be wearing on your starter. So just look for that thing. Take that off and fill it full of fuel. Kerosene, heating oil, diesel. I'm not going to recommend anything else. I mean, as you know, or heard probably, you can run diesels on all kinds of stuff, but I like to run them on diesel. Off-road diesels, like the generator that I built, I'll do that with heating oil, but if they catch you with heating oil on the road, they'll fine you for it, which is pretty tough. But I know a guy that actually filled his car up right from the heating oil pump, and there was a guy watching, and he got nailed for it. So, all right, take it easy, guys. Hope this helps you.